Tony deposited $50 in a savings account, earning 10% interest, compounded annually. To the nearest cent, how much will he have in 1 year? Now, in the earlier assessment that we covered, the interest was not compounded. In this one, however, the interest is compounded, and you might be wondering what that really means. The difference between the two is when we say that the interest is compounded annually, what that means is the principal keeps growing. So let's suppose that if I invested $50 and I get 10% interest per annum, what I have after a year is $50 plus $5 in interest, since I'm getting 10% of my principal, which means I now have $55. And although this question is only limited to 1 year, if we had multiple years, let's suppose we have 5 years in place of one. Now for the second year, when the second year begins, my principal amount is not going to be 50, it's going to be 55. And it keeps on increasing, so the principal for every new year is going to be the old principal plus the interest added, which gives us the new principal amount. This is what we mean by compounded annually. So let's see how to solve this question, but before we do that, let's take a look at the hint. Use the formula B equals to P multiplied by 1 plus R to the power T, where B is the balance or the final amount, P is the principal or the starting amount, R is the interest rate expressed as a decimal, and T is the time in years. Now again, we've been given the formula, so it's a lot easier to know what are we really supposed to do. So let's write this down here again. P1 plus R to the power T. And let's start plugging in the values. We need to find out B, which is the balance. And the principal that is given to us here is $50. And 1 plus the rate of interest is 10%. When converted to a decimal, gives us 0.1. So 1 plus 0.1 to the power 1, since the time is 1 year. So B equals 50 multiplied by 1 plus 0.1 is 1.1, and 1.1 to the power 1 is 1.1. And if we multiply 50 by 1.1, what we get is 50 multiplied by 1.1 equals 55. So $55. This is the amount that Tony will have after 1 year.